I haven't listened to anything you've said in the last 20 seconds.
Damn it, Trevor.
Oh God, I hate you so much.
Well, it's you. We can cross off the reading.
I watch almost everything, and the majority of it is terrible.
What is this podcast about?
My recorder keeps turning off.
Damn it, Trevor. And welcome back to another episode of No Win Scenario. And all you listeners won't know, but this is the second day I've been recording with Trevor, and it has been such a dream to see your face in my computer 2 days in a row. Trevor, how are you today?
I just don't feel like doing this with you right now. I mean, you could joke about it. I can't. 2 days in a row with you is absolutely
Delightful.
soul crushing. So I was doing some editing last night. I had a rush edit for a client, and I took a cue from Don.
Wow.
Because
he can be trained. He can be taught.
Because Don has the unprofessional habit of watching.
I don't like the way you say Don, by the way. Just Don. The way
Don,
you say it is just filled
Donald,
with bile.
Don,
bile.
Donald has the unprofessional habit
no.
of watching, having Babylon 5 playing in the background while he works on clients.
Yes.
Film.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Multiple screens. Yeah.
So I decided I would do the same, and I would watch the pilot of Deep Space Nine, and
which you've seen before.
I have seen before, and you know what's amazing? Well, not amazing, but there is this shot in the opening scene of DS9 from the first episode during the battle sequence where Cisco has reluctantly and begrudgingly, or maybe not reluctantly, but begrudgingly got onto the escape pod because the ship is about to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a shot in it that, I mean, this show came out in 1993, 31 years ago. And I remember a shot of him, just a profile shot of him sitting there, just emotionally destroyed. And you see the pod get shot away from the ship, and you see the ship just disappear in the background. It's great. It's in a great effect shot. Like he is sitting in front of, is he sitting in front of a huge window, or is he sitting in front of a screen? Yeah.
No, I think it's a window.
And I always remembered that shot, and I figured, like, nah, that shot, it's probably 30 years later, it's probably not that, it probably doesn't even exist. And watching the pilot last night, that shot, it's exactly how I remembered it. Yeah. And it just goes to show, like, that it's a great shot. It's just a single shot. It's very powerful. He is just emotionally destroyed. I mean, for 1993, it was very impressive. And, then he looks up and he sees his ship being destroyed. And then there's the Picard cameo, which I watched that scene like 3 times. I kept repeating it. I kept repeating it because, seeing Picard overcome with guilt, by seeing Cisco in front of him is so furious, and while being respectful, but not respectful at the same time.
He was shocked at that point versus what he does in season 3 of Picard when Shaw is doing his story about his experiences there.
Right.
Where Picard says, it's okay, I understand. I was listening to the actually the audio commentary from season 3 of that episode, and I think Jonathan Frakes, who directed it, said it took that one take is what they wanted, and they couldn't ever. It was like not sweet. That's not the words they used, but it was softer than all the other takes that Patrick Stewart had recorded, and they only had that one take with that tone, and that's what they wanted.
Yeah,
that understanding, which is different than what happened in that Deep Space Nine pilot years ago. It was interesting. So did you turn it off then, or did you keep watching?
No. So what I noticed is that Picard, regardless of his guilt, had to be very stern with Cisco back and be very direct and say, these are your, this is what I need you to do. These are your orders. Sorry if you have to bring your kid here. These are the sacrifices we have to make. And then, man, Cisco just stands up just with a look of just burning anger, and and says, I'll do the job to the best of my abilities, and really shuts him down and walks away. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I kept watching the scene over and over again because you got Patrick Stewart, a Shakespearean trained actor, somebody who can just pull off a strong dramatic scene in his sleep. And Avery Brooks just really taking him, performance wise, taking him to task in that scene. And I think it completely sets up what kind of captain Cisco will be. I did shut it off a few, like 10 minutes later, because I got to the beach scene, and I was like, this is dumb. I can't deal with this. And I remember,
Different time,
I
different
remember
time and place.
thinking that when I watched it in 90, I was like, oh yeah, this beach scene is
It's a
ridiculous.
30-second scene, Trevor. You
It's
gotta be okay with it.
ridiculous.
You gotta. Well,
It's ridiculous.
I don't know if you noticed this. That was the longest stretch of silence from me while you were talking about Deep Space Nine that I think you've
Well,
ever
I
heard.
mean, it just goes to
You
show where
had a
your
roommate.
priorities
You
are.
had.
What I'll do is I'll look up a list of like best DS9 episodes, and
What do you
I'll
need to
watch
look up
those.
anything? You've got the expert right here. Let's go. Duet.
You are
Far beyond the stars. Let's go.
you have done
The
nothing but
Visitor.
you have done nothing but steered me wrong
Oh,
when it comes to
I would
science
do.
fiction.
Here I would do correctly. I think
Yeah,
listeners will agree with me. The Visitor. Come on.
I think
Far
listeners
beyond the
would
stars.
completely disagree with you, but that's fine.
Oh, well, we'll see. I mean, come on. Far
No,
beyond the
no,
stars.
actually, let's be honest. They disagree with me. They totally agree with you. Let's just be fair.
Thank you. Then why do we have you here? I don't remember.
Oh, I know why we have me here.
What's that?
We have me here for
Oh,
Trevor's Tangent. Trevor's Tangent.
you know, when you
Trevor's
say that,
Tangent.
it sounds like this in my head.
Trevor's Tangent.
And it drives me crazy. And I've got everyone knows here, or I have a nice little old school little box here with some effects that's just kind of fun to play with live. And whenever I hear that, I just
Trevor's Tangent.
Before I go into Trevor's Tangent, because you're interrupting me and you're not following the rules of Trevor's Tangent.
Not at all.
Yeah, Don
Wait
is
for
not
it,
supposed
Trevor.
to. Don is not supposed to. Don is not supposed to talk at all during Trevor's Tangent. But let me ask you:
During
is
what?
this podcast
During what?
the Trevor's Tangent? Is
I've got all these buttons driving me crazy. His face is all red. Whoa, I just found a good one. Okay, please continue. I'm gonna use number
is let me ask you: is doing this podcast the only like good thing in your life? I mean, really?
3. Pass.
Okay. Trevor's Tangent, best TV shows of 2023 at number
Nice.
10, Mrs. Davis miniseries on Peacock. Number 9, The Curse, a miniseries on Showtime. Number 8, Fargo season 5 on FX. Number 7, Succession season 4 on Max, or what used to be HBO or HBO Max. Number 6, The Diplomat season
Yes,
1 on
very
Netflix.
good.
That show is amazing. Number
Very good.
5, Barry season 4 on Max, or what used to be called HBO Max. Number 4, God, it pains me that this show's already. No. Do not for this show. Do not. You'll be canceled if you do this.
Okay.
Number 4, Reservation Dogs season 3 on FX. Number 3, The Bear season
Yes,
2
very
on
good.
FX. Number 2, maybe finally qualifies as sci-fi, maybe. The remake of David Cronenberg's kind of masterful film from the late 80s, Dead Ringers miniseries on Prime. And number one, the one that's going to piss off all the toxic fanboys everywhere, because it was created by the person they consider the devil himself, who just happens to be a great filmmaker. Poker Face season 1 on Peacock by Ryan Johnson. It
Incorrect.
takes the Columbo formula and, dare I say, improves on it. The worst
big words.
TV show of
Hold on a second, hold on.
2023.
Can we just talk about? I just
You're
the
not
Diplomat.
supposed to
Oh,
talk during Trevor's
We're
Tangent.
agreeing about the Bear, the Diplomat.
Yes. Okay. What about The Diplomat?
Have you seen The West Wing? One of my favorite shows.
No, I'm going to go back and watch it, though.
Excellent.
Because everybody that tells me to watch The Diplomat, everybody that told me if I love The Diplomat this much, I should
West
go
Wing's
back and
even
watch The
better.
West Wing.
Yeah, it might be
Now-
too smart for you.
The showrunner from The Diplomat
Yes.
wrote for a lot of The West Wing, right? I mean, not Aaron Sorkin, but some. Yeah, I believe the showrunner for The Diplomat was a writer on The West Wing.
Oh,
I'm
Deborah
sorry,
Kahn.
Don.
Deborah Kahn. Yes, yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
please, yes,
I'm
absolutely.
Deborah Kahn from The West Wing was
Yes.
showrunner on The Diplomat. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to do this to you, Don.
Yeah.
Worst TV show that I
Wait a second.
saw.
What about going back to best? I thought you really liked Scavenger's Reign on
I
Netflix.
haven't watched it yet,
Oh,
which everybody tells me
interesting.
specifically. They're like, so I got to finish
Okay.
The
'Cause I don't like
Crown.
cartoons, but Scavenger's
Right.
Reign I really like.
I know people that are not
I
into
hate
animation
cartoons,
at
except for
all,
Lower
and
Decks and Scavenger's
right.
Reign. Yeah.
And they're like, this is one. I have a feeling that I'm going to watch Scavenger's Reign and it's going to completely redo my top 10, possibly maybe even go into number one. People tell me that I'm going to flip for it. Okay. And the worst TV show of 2023.
Oh, there's one. Just one. You're not doing a list. Just the one.
No, just one.
Mhm.
I have one in my heart, but I'm going to keep it to myself because unlike Don, I don't like spreading negative energy into this world.
I have
So
nothing but joy.
yes. So I'll keep that to myself. Number one show of the year,
Yes, the
Poker
number one
Face
show.
on Peacock. Excellent. Did you see
Wait.
Poker Face?
You said was the best?
Yes.
I thought we were in the saying what was the worst.
No, I told you I was going to hold back on the worst because I don't want to give
Oh.
out my negative energy.
Oh, you don't want to do
And
any
then-
negative. I just censored listeners. I just censored him from what he was about to say about one of them because he's wrong. You know, I give him a little bit of a leash,
I-
a little bit of latitude.
I don't even
sometimes I have to
think-
tighten that leash.
I don't even think
Say
we
no.
should hint at it because I think the viewers will figure it out. So
Poker Face. I did watch one or two episodes. I didn't really get into it.
there is
Not enough aliens,
this.
Trevor.
There is this episode that Natasha Lyonne directed
Mm.
that is an homage to and kind of a retelling of the story of one of those. It's not Dennis Muren, but one of the big ILM Lucasfilm production people, the one that does all of the not so much the puppets, but all the robotic stuff. He was well known for working on Jurassic Park, for creating all the non-CGI dinosaurs. Can't remember his name, but that
Trevor,
was
Trevor.
Yeah.
This is fascinating podcasting.
Yeah.
Please continue. Conclude. I mean, please conclude.
Anyways, it was the best episode of TV I saw.
Oh, nice.
Well, no.
Can we get back to sci-fi here? Because that's really
Forks
what we're.
by the Barrel is the
Can we get back
best
to
episode.
genre here?
Yeah, let's get back to sci-fi.
Okay,
Cut all this
is
out.
that the end of
Cut it
Trevor's
all
tangent?
out.
Oh, it's
No,
going in.
that is no. Just that is, and that's the end of Trevor's tangent.
Dear God.
Yeah, you were really late on that effect.
I was in fact. For the record, I'm very proud of myself for talking through all of Trevor's tangent, and you didn't really seem to care. I think you've kind of lost your mojo.
No, next time I'll get back to the rules, but
it's a new year, so maybe we
just-
can learn to live together.
I just feel defeated by dealing with you 2 days in a row. It is truly draining. I produced a short film for Don once, and that was the last time. It was a great experience. The
think it was
product
10
came out
years ago?
fantastic,
Yes.
and yeah, no more. I think
I once, just so you know, everyone, as a long con, I said to Trevor that we needed to have a shadow go across this character who was in like a futuristic prison cell, a face. And so I had Trevor hold a broom over his face and walk back and forth to cast a shadow, but he couldn't really see it. But I just got such a kick out of it. I let him do it for like half an hour to fill in. It was a wonderful use of my time and his.
we concluded pretty early on that collaborating on creative projects is it's not for us. We
it hurts you. It hurts because you see such great talent and you just don't understand it. You don't know how
It
to
hurts
hold it.
me because I see such middle of the road banality that I can't take it anymore.
But I've never worked a day in my life. How's it going for you?
That is very true, and it reflects in your work. Okay, let's talk about our guest.
Let's bring out Jenny. You know what? Jenny's an awesome painter. I don't want to spoil anything, but she's got a great connection to the sci-fi and just genre fandom. So let's get to the ads, and then let's get to Jenny. Everyone, keep listening. Oh, he's laughing about the ads. The ads are Trevor's favorite part about this whole endeavor. People, he loves it. He sits there and listens to them on and on and on and on. There was Spanish ads popping up. Whole Foods sausage.